everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I have for you a look that I absolutely love. It's a brown smoky eye with a pink lip. I think it's a great look because you can wear it during the day, but you can also darken it up a little bit and wearing at night. It's appropriate for a date night, it's also appropriate for work. I absolutely love it because it's so versatile. So if you like the look, please keep watching. I'm going to start everything off using the Estee Lauder Clear Difference Advanced Blemish Serum. This is great if you have oily or combination skin because it closes your pores and it helps to stop the area from getting too oily. I'm only going to use it down the centre of my face because that's the only area where I need it, and it can be quite drying if you use it all over. I'm then going to follow using the Ducray Kelual Moisturiser. This is a French pharmacy cream and it's great if you have oily or combination skin because it's really hydrating and nourishing, but at the same time it doesn't make your skin oily. I'm going to do a little bit of a lymph drainage massage as I apply my moisturiser. So that's going to involve doing some tapping, stroking, motions to drain all the lymph to the sides of my face, and I'm also going to pinch the contours a little bit just to add a little more definition to my face. I'm then going to follow with the Idealist Cooling Eye Illuminator Cream from Estee Lauder, which is great for the under eye. It has a ceramic applicator which is really good for depuffing the under eye area, and it also has a little bit of coverage which makes it really brightening but to cover those blue under eye bags. I'm then going to follow with the Dior BB Cream. This is great for evening out your skin tone. I like to use this either under foundation or just use it all over my face and then just apply foundation on the areas where I need a little bit more coverage. I just massage it into the skin all over my face and it really blends into your skin, making it look like you're wearing nothing at all. I'm then going to cover my under eye circles with the SC5 Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage. I'm just using the darker shade, which is a kind of salmon colour, to counteract the blue under eye bags and neutralise the colour. As you can see, it's already really bright in the area even though I'm not wearing any concealer. I'm also going to use the Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage to cover any dark marks I have from old blemishes. It really helps to counteract the dark colour and then works better with the concealer. I'm then going to use the Clé de Peau concealer in the colour Ochre to go over all the areas that I have covered with the Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage. So under the eyes, on any blemishes where I've used it, and also down the sides of my nose in order to help with the contouring. I'm then going to use my fingers to blend in all the concealer I've used. I'll use patting motions, as you can see, and this really helps because with the own heat of your body you help the concealer melt and mesh into your skin really well. I'm then going to use the Perfection Lumiere Velvet Foundation from Chanel. This is great if you have oily skin because it's really light, but at the same time it stops your skin from getting really oily. I'm just going to use it on the areas where I need a little bit more coverage, so that's just on my chin, under my eyes, on my nose, and a little bit on my forehead, and I'm just applying it with fingers, and then I'll use the beauty blender to blend it all in. I like using a damp beauty blender because this really helps to take off all the excess product and it makes your skin look like skin, so it blends in all the product really nicely and makes sure you can't see like a big layer of makeup all over your face. The NARS Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard, which I absolutely love to highlight my face. It's really good because it has some coverage, but it also has a really brightening property, so it really makes your face look a lot brighter and very well highlighted. So I'm going to use it under my eyes in a triangle sort of shape, going from the corner of my eye to the corner of my nose and then up in an angle to the side of my face. Also down the side of my nose, on the centre of my forehead and on the centre of my chin. I'm then going to go ahead and do a little bit of a cream contour using the Soleil Tan de Chanel. This is a really nice, neutral, not too pigmented colour which works nicely as a base to then do some powder contouring. I'm going to use a flat foundation brush to just apply a little bit under my cheekbones so that it gives it a little bit more definition. Then once again, using my fingers, I'm just going to blend all the NARS concealer that I've used so that my skin doesn't look too cakey, and then I will use the Beauty Blender to finish blending this in and also to blend in the cream contour to make sure there's no harsh lines. I'm then going to go in with a very small eyeliner brush from Sugar Mora, and using the Clé de Peau concealer, I'm just going to cover up any small blemishes that are still visible. And then to set all the highlighting in place, I'm going to use my Anastasia contour kit, and using the yellow shade, which is great to intensify the highlight, I'm just going to set all the areas where I used the NARS brightening concealer. So that's under my eyes, on the centre of my nose, centre of my chin and the centre of my forehead. I'm then going to use this loose powder by Chanel in number 40 to set all the rest of my face, so all the areas which I didn't set with the yellow powder from the Anastasia kit. I'm then going to use a primer by Christian Dior all over my eyelids to make sure that the eyeshadow lasts longer. Then using the Anastasia kit once again and the yellow powder, I'm going to put this all over my eye to set this primer in place. And using this e.l.f. palette, which is actually an eyebrow palette, I'm just going to define my crease using this medium brown colour. And then using the Charlotte Tilbury palette in Sophisticate, I'm going to use their medium brown shade to go over this area again and also define the corner of my eye. Then using this champagne-y vanilla colour, I'm going to just highlight the corner of my eye as well as my brow area. And then using the darker shade in the Charlotte Tilbury palette and using the corner of this eye cream as a barrier, I'm just going to intensify the corner of my eye and use a blending brush to blend it all out. And then using the two darker shades in the Charlotte Tilbury palette and this pencil brush, I'm just going to darken my bottom lashes to add a little bit more definition and use the lightest shade to highlight the corner of my eye. I'm then going to use the Estee Lauder Double Wear eyeliner to line my top eyelashes, and then I'm going to use the Estee Lauder gel liner to go over this and do a little bit of a wing liner using an angled eyeliner brush. I'm then going to use a fluffier blending brush in order to soften my eyeshadows a little bit and just blend out the crease area a little bit more. And I'm then going to tight line my upper lash line using the black pencil liner from Estee Lauder again. Then to line my lower waterline, I'm going to use the Estee Lauder Stay in Place pencil, but this time in brown, in order to give the look a softer look, not as harsh as if I was using a black liner, which is more appropriate for daytime. To bronze up my face and add a little bit more warmth, I'm going to use the warmer brown tone in the Anastasia palette on this cheek and powder brush from Charlotte Tilbury. And then to contour, I'm just going to use the cooler tone in the Anastasia palette, and I'm going to go over the area where I applied the Chanel bronzer earlier, but also down the sides of my face, a little bit underneath my jawline, and a little bit on the sides of my forehead. So basically creating a 3 down the side of my face to add a little more definition. And then for blusher, I'm going to use the colour Matahari from NARS, which is a mauvey pinky shade, and I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury brush to define my cheekbones, so basically just going over the cheek area. And then using the Charlotte Tilbury brush in Cheek to Chic, I'm going to use the fluffier Dior brush to go over the apples of my cheekbones and then soften the previous colour a little bit more. And using this fluffier eyeshadow brush, I'm just going to contour my nose using the cooler shade from the Anastasia palette, so just going down the sides of my nose and a little bit on the tip to shorten it a little bit. For lipstick, I'm going to use this Estee Lauder colour from the Pure Colour collection, number 55 Blushing, and it's a pinky mauvey colour. And then to define the contours of my lips and line them, I'm going to use this Maxfactor lip liner in Pink Princess. It's great, it's very soft, and it's a great dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury ones. Then to define the contours a little bit more, I'm going to use a darker brownier shade in the colour Cappuccino by Rimmel, and this is great because it's just going to define my lips a little bit more and make them look a little more plump. And then using a lip liner, I'm just going to take the lipstick again and just go over the contours of my lips in order to blend out all the lip liner I've used. And then using this beautiful lip lacquer from Charlotte Tilbury in the colour Seduction, I'm just going to go all over my lips to make sure that I soften the pink colour a little bit and add a little touch of gloss to make my lips look more plump and juicy. Then I'm going to curl my eyelashes using my Shu Uemura eyelash colour, and then using the False Lash Effect mascara from Maxfactor, which I love and I've been using for years. I'm just going to apply 3 coats on my top lashes and 2 coats on the bottom lashes just to intensify the eye look a little bit more. You can go with a little bit less mascara if you don't like it so intense. Then for my brows, I'm going to use this e.l.f. palette, and I'm going to use the brown waxy shade to just fill in my brows using just the brush that comes in the palette, and then use the brown soft medium colour in the powder to go over it and set the brows. Then using a spoolie, I'm just going to go over it to soften the look and make sure there's no kind of harsh edges. And then if there's any areas which are still unfilled, I'm going to use this Estee Lauder Automatic Brow Pencil Duo in soft brown, just fill in any little gaps that may still be left. And finally, to add some powder highlight, I'm going to use the Kevyn Aucoin Celestial Powder in the shade Candlelight, just on the top of my cheekbones, the sides of my forehead, a little bit on my chin, and a little bit to highlight my brow bone and the inner corner of my eye. And that's it! We're done! That's the final look. So I hope you liked the look. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I've left all my social media links below, and I've also left a link to all the makeup products that I've used on this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.